morning. Thank you all for coming. We are nursing students from William Carey University. We're doing a gerontology class right now, and we're coming out to do a teaching project on healthy heart and lungs. The certain topics that we'll be covering are different changes within your body as we age, diseases of the heart and lungs that are very common, signs and symptoms that go along with them, different ways that you can prevent these diseases from happening or keep them from progressing if we do already have them, with diet, exercise, and then medications. We have a handout to go along with it, and then our teacher asked us to do a survey along with it. To begin, the different age-related changes are your heart should remain the same size as you get older, but certain diseases can change the size of your heart. The blood vessels in your chest wall become stiffened, so they're not working as well. Your blood's not getting to where it needs to be as quick as it used to be. You have a decreased ability to cough, so when you get sick and all that gunk gets down in there, it's not as easy to bring it up as when we were younger. Your gas exchange isn't as well as it used to be, so when you're breathing in and out, you're not exchanging your oxygen and carbon dioxide as well. And then the decreased response to change. We all know our grandkids, they can run and run and run, but we just can't keep up with them as much as we used to be able to. Different diseases that are common with the heart and lungs. You can have heart attacks, congestive heart failure, high blood pressure, or hypertension, the common cold and pneumonia. And then there's an umbrella term, it's called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It covers both asthma, emphysema, and bronchitis.
Okay, signs and symptoms. This is something we want to probably report to your provider or doctor. If you're experiencing like shortness of breath, palpitations, feeling like your heart's flip-flopping in your chest, some weakness or dizziness, nausea or vomiting, of course, chronic cough, you're wheezing with exercise. There's so many different signs and symptoms, but I think most of them will go over just kind of what you should tell your doctor about it. If you're coughing up blood or if there's mucus, that's one thing. There's a chest pain, there's what we call silent heart attack. It's mild discomfort that goes in your back, down to your abdomen, goes back to your shoulders. Also might experience nausea or vomiting and or heartburn. Some signs of the heart attack, your discomfort radiating from the jaw, back to the throat. But yeah, just be careful of the persistent cough, the wheezing is the main thing. And your chronic mucus production. If you're having that, you don't have to force it off the blood. That's those are some of the major issues.
Hello. I chose diet and exercise because that's my favorite subject. Well, diet is my favorite subject. Along down here in the South, everything is fried. We got fried Oreos, fried chicken, fried fish. We can fry sweet tea, fry that too. But as we get older, we need to try to increase our fruits and vegetables. Definitely, that takes about half of the plate that you should be eating, fruits and vegetables. And you, when you're doing you use whole grains instead of the white breads and stuff like that. Go for the whole grains. Oatmeals, brown rice, those are way better than our starchy regular stuff that we usually use down here. Add flavors and spices to your meals to try to increase the flavor instead of using salt, just regular, salt and stuff like that. Try lemons and Mrs. Dash is a salt-free additive that you can use. Fat-free milks, low-fat milks adds vitamin D and calcium to your diet. Try to get some sun. That's also good for you. Lunch should be your biggest meal of the day. I know Sunday dinner is usually our big thing down here, but lunch should really be the biggest meal of the day, so we can try to break that down before we lay down. Stay hydrated down here in these hot heats. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure you can even drink tea, coffee. Limit your caffeine, but you can still have it. Small, frequent meals is best so our insulin doesn't spike up It keeps your insulin level at a constant level. As we age, we think about having to give up this food and that food. You don't have to give up what you love. Just limit it. Limit it in proportion. Small portions of ice cream. maybe one fried Oreo a month or something. But in addition to your diet, we also have to exercise in order to stay fit.
I'm gonna start out with the cardio portion because that's what I do. There's 4 different sections. There's endurance, which is your cardio, the flexibility, balance, and strength, all in exercise. For the cardio, you don't have to run. You're not running 2, 3, 4 miles a day. You can walk 10 minutes at a time, a couple times a day. It helps. It's helpful. It helps with your cardiovascular function. It helps with your lung function. It helps keep everything healthy. It helps with your balance, your strength, your flexibility, your energy level. So swimming, biking, walking, anything that's easy on the knees, easy on the joints, so that you're not breaking anything or hurting yourself. Cardio is just, it's good.
It's good for your heart. There's a few things that contribute to healthy aging as much as being physically active. We all know the old adage, use it or lose it, right? Mm-hmm. And that is so true with our physical fitness and physical activity. That applies to our muscles, obviously. And she talked about cardiovascular. She said 10 minutes at a time. It's recommended 5 days a week to do 30 minutes of activity, but you can break it down into the 10-minute increments, like she said. You don't have to do a full 30 minutes at a time. But get that 150 minutes a week. If people, studies have shown that people over 65 and older that walk at least 6 miles per week, and that's not a whole lot if you spread it out over a week, have a greater amount of gray matter, that's the part of your brain that's doing all the functioning, right? And halved the risk for developing memory problems. So it not only helps the heart and lungs that we've been talking about, but also your cognitive ability. Once weekly strength training also improves that. It improves the amount of muscle that you have, and that helps with you being able to do your normal activities. But not only cardio, you can do like I said, the strength training, but stretching. I know at the Senior Center in Long Beach on Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 a.m., they have a Tai Chi class, which will help with balance and stretching and that sort of thing. And when you improve your balance, then you're more able to do some of the other activities. If you don't feel like you have enough balance to walk or to do those sorts of things, if you do the Tai Chi, that'll improve that, and then you'll be able to do the other cardiovascular type things. And anybody can do these things, even if you have physical ailments, that sort of thing. I have osteoarthritis in this knee, I have bursitis in this hip, and I still get up every morning. I did yoga this morning. It helps you to get that function back where you can get moving and do things. Not only the classes like that, I know they have Zumba at the at there, and that's a lot of fun. And most things can be modified to whatever your ability level is. And usually the instructor will tell you, this is the full movement, but here's a modification, and so you can follow along like that if you're not up to doing the whole thing.
Okay, so now that they've talked to you all about, all the things that are gonna wear you out throughout the day, my favorite topic to talk about is sleep. Okay, without sleep and, getting our adequate rest, you can't rebuild things inside your body, you can't, recover from your day. It's recommended to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per day, which can, as we get, older, it can be hard to accomplish that. And some of the things that commonly we see are going to bed really early, 6, 7 o'clock, waking up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, which is one of the things that we want to try to avoid. You can stay up just a little bit later each day, so that way you can sleep longer through the night. Another common thing that we see is people taking too long and frequent naps during the day. It's recommended to, you need a nap, take a nap. I like to take naps, but no more than 20 to 30 minutes, and in that nap period, so that way you can sleep restfully all night long. One of the things that affects your sleep the most is your emotional state, and dealing with things, it would be really easy to go home at night and go, all right, I'm done thinking about that, go to sleep. But, you know, that's hard to do, and as we age, the more stuff we pile on from our life, the harder it is to deal with those things. So it is recommended. Church is a good source to talk to somebody to just get some of that off your shoulders, so that way you can sleep. You know, we can always go see our doctor, maybe get a little counseling or something like that, or friends, family, loved ones, things of that nature. Because getting that emotional stress off of you is the easiest way to be able to relax at night. Another recommendation is take time to write in the journal about a half an hour before going to sleep. This will also do the other side of that, which is turn off the television, radios, things like that, a half hour before bed. Those kind of things are distractors, and whenever you get ready to go to sleep, your mind's just constantly, oh man, I wonder what's going to happen on the rest of that TV show. You know, if you didn't have time to wind down from it, so it takes longer to fall asleep. You also know you're going to wake up in the middle of the night. You know, we all do it, and as we age, it gets, you know, wake up more and more frequently, go to the bathroom, things of that nature. Recommended things with that is keep like a night light on, so that way you don't have to turn on the bedroom light to completely wake yourself up to make your way into the bathroom. So that way, whenever you get back in bed, you can fall asleep more easily.
Hey, good morning. My name is Michael. I'll be wrapping things up here. So for the next 90 minutes or so, we'll talk about immunizations and medication use. Just kidding about the 90 minutes here. We're going to get through this quick. So part of the normal aging process that goes on is certain organ systems and body systems slow down. One of those is our immune system. The CDC recommends that all adults get certain vaccinations. But for those over the age of 60, they recommend the addition of the pneumococcal vaccine, the zoster vaccine to prevent against shingles, pneumococcal prevents against pneumonia, and they also recommend a booster of the tetanus diphtheria vaccination. You can find more information about that on cdc.gov, and of course talking with your healthcare provider about what shots are recommended for you, okay? That's all I have to say about the shots. Talk about pharmacy. Again, earlier, as Crystal alluded to, there's certain diseases that become more prevalent as we age, and as I had said, our body systems slow down, and so that affects the way that medications that we take are absorbed. So our intestinal motility slows down, our kidneys, our liver slow down. All these things affect the way that medications are absorbed and reabsorbed throughout the body. And then with the increase in medications, that can also increase the risk of cross-medication reactions, okay? So it's important to know exactly what medications we're taking. It's important to know the dose. It's important to know when we take them and who prescribed them. In fact, I recommend writing those things down and having a copy of that with you at all times. So when you go to the doctor's office or you're going to a new physician, you don't need to say, oh geez, what was that one? I know it was a blood pressure pill and it was white. It doesn't really help us out too much. But if you have that stuff written down and on hand, then that's going to make things a lot easier to do. Some of the things I would just want you to remember about medications is that all medications count. Whether it's an over-the-counter medication, a supplement, an herbal supplement, vitamins, it all counts because they can all have interactions. Your medical history is important to know too, okay? Because some medicines are processed through your kidneys, others are processed through your liver. So if you already have a history of renal disease and we want to give you something that's processed through your kidneys, we can't do that because we don't want to create further harm, okay? Also, put your questions that you have for your doctor about your medication in writing. That way, if you're thinking about something, you've got it right there, you can remember to ask them. If you don't want to put it in writing, bring a friend, bring a family member to the doctor's office with you. And that way they can sometimes help to remember questions that you want to ask, or they may come up with something too about how medication reacts with another one or something of that nature. And then finally, if there is something that you wanted to ask the doctor about a medication and you forgot to, you remembered it when you got down to the car, ask your pharmacist when you go pick up the medication. Those guys are the gurus of the medicine. They probably know more about it than what the doctors do, honestly, especially when it comes to interactions and dosages and things of that nature, okay? That's all I've got about that. So thank you all for being here.
Is there any questions anybody has would like addressed while we're here? You know, maybe where to get a resource information from or something of that nature?
No, you did a good job.